We're live.
Hey there, can you hear me?
We can hear ya.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order at 3:33. Adoption of the agenda.
I would like to make just a clerical amendment to the last meeting's minutes. It says Joan was in attendance. She was not, so we will amend.
Well, that's in the meeting minutes. We're doing the agenda right now.
Sorry. No,
Jumping the gun.
jumping the gun.
So no changes to the agenda?
No.
I'll move the agenda as presented.
Okay. Any questions or call the question? All in favor?
Patricia in favor.
Okay, that's passed. Next is adoption of the minutes of the January 15th,
Yeah.
2025.
Just a friendly clerical amendment to remove Joan Slutwig, the Director of Community Services.
Aye.
Come on, just take a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody find anything else in the minutes?
No, Patricia here, I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as amended.
Okay, any questions on the motion? I'll call the question, all in favor?
Patricia in favor.
John?
Yes, in favor.
Okay, that's passed. Next is development applications,
Yep.
5.1, development permit application 15003-2025.
002-2025, but yes, all good. I'll take it away either way. The applicant is in attendance here. Own a 7.12 acre parcel with the legal description of Plan 7972366, no block lot 1, which is part of East 2761-8 west of the 5th. The application is for a variance of an accessory building that is currently existing to change its use and be utilized as a primary dwelling. The applicant has stated there is a plan to build a new primary dwelling in the future, but no current timeline to do so, and is hoping to use the existing structure in the meantime. It is zoned A2, and the variance to utilize the accessory building is a discretionary use to be approved by the Municipal Planning Commission. It was referred to infrastructure for no comments, and it was advertised in our local newspapers, and letters were sent to adjacent landowners with no letters of concern received to date. It is my recommendation that the Municipal Planning Commission approve development permit 15002-2025 for the shop/residence use with the following conditions. Would you like me to read those?
No, thank you.
Anybody have any questions on this?
I think it looked pretty straightforward when I read through everything.
Not seeing any discussion, I'll move that the Municipal Planning Commission approve development permit 15-002-2025, for a shop/residence with the listed conditions.
Any questions on the motion? None? I'll call the question, all in favor?
Patricia in favor.
Passed.
Just like that, you're good to go. Okay.
Next is 6.1 subdivision application,
1 second.
2025 SUB 01.
Okay, so this is a proposed subdivision application to create one small agriculture holding parcel of 35.5 acres from a 159.01 acre parcel on the southwest of 762.5 west of the 5th. The subdivision is to subdivide out all the current land not being cultivated. The parcel is zoned A2 Agriculture 2, and the proposed parcels conform to the requirements of subsection 5A and C as a small agriculture holding parcels and meets the density provisions in the quarter. It is the first parcel out, so it brings the density to 2 parcels on the quarter section. It was referred to our infrastructure department for the approach and no issues with the proposed. Only comment is where the farmland access is shown, to be aware of the gas pipeline and center line culvert within that vicinity. There is an existing septic system on the proposed parcel that will require a septic inspection by a provincially accredited agency. The agriculture small holding is over 10 acres and a soil classification test will not be required. The water table testing is also not required as the parcel is over 10 acres in size and no stormwater management plan will be required. Also, a water availability study is not required as the density is not over 5 parcels per quarter section. It was referred out to a number of government agencies. Only comments we got back were from Alberta Forestry and Parks Land Delivery with no concerns with the attached application. Municipal reserves are not required for the first parcel out at any parcel under 40 acres in size. So that is not required. It is my recommendation that the Municipal Planning Commission approve subdivision application 2025 sub 01 in consideration for the following reasons. And would you like me to read those reasons?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
So I'll just send you guys a letter of the approval. I can also email it to you. You can quickly just sign it and leave it here. That'll be great. Thank you.
Any questions?
Yeah, I do. So you're saying that you want to subdivide out anything that is not, you're just cultivating, right? Who am I talking to?
The non in attendance.
Oh, okay, well, I guess I won't be able to answer.
I can try to answer if you
I
want.
guess my question is, if they plan on subdividing more, why are they not just doing it all at once?
From my understanding is the applicant was planning on still living on the uncultivated part and selling the part that's being farmed to an adjacent farmer to farm.
Okay, so he's not gonna sell the balance, it's not, like he's talking about that's being, not currently being cultivated?
No.
Okay, so there's gonna be 2 parcels and then
Yeah.
one will be sold.
And under our future rules, it is not better agriculture land, so there could be 2 small, one small additional residential parcel, but would have to be on like that corner where the well site would be, so it wouldn't be ideal. So,
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Is
I'm,
the 2 parcels divided by Carlson Drive,
no,
or is there a road there?
2 parcels. There's not, like the parcel lines that are being drawn here.
Yeah,
No, that's, there'll have to be a number of pins put in because it's, currently it's like a treed line, but that's the only identifiable line there, no driveway or anything.
did you want to ask something, Patricia?
no, that's okay. I was just prepared to go ahead and make the motion if there was no further questions.
Any further questions on this? Okay, go ahead, Patricia.
Okay, then I'll make the motion that we accept subdivision application 2025 sub 01 with the conditions as presented.
Any questions on the motion?
I just have one question if I can, to Peter.
Mhm.
This is,
Go ahead.
I have nothing against the subdivision portion, but
Mhm.
do we typically have subdivisions where the lines aren't, you know?
No,
You know, future use, if somebody goes to fence this, it's just gonna be a pain.
yeah, it would be. Currently, we don't have anything in our land use bylaw that prevents us from approving anything like this, so, based on our current regulations, it conforms to all of our land use bylaw. It's something that we are probably looking to change in the new land use bylaw, but for now, conforms.
Well, I understand, just semantics, you know, thinking
totally.
future use, if somebody goes to put a fence around there, it's gonna be a whole bunch
It's
of.
probably not ideal, but you never know. Maybe they're selling it to somebody they know and they won't even fence it.
Anybody else have any questions? And I'll call the question, all in favor?
Patricia in favor?
And it's passed.
The next one is
Next one is
You guys can come sit if you want.
subdivision application 2025 SUV 01.
02.
Or
Um,
02.
yeah. The proposed subdivision application is to create one small agriculture holding parcel of 24.8 acres in two parts from a existing 74.75 acre parcel on the northeast 2861-8 west of the 5th from an A1 parcel. It is zoned agriculture 1 district. The proposed parcels again conform to the requirements within that land use district as a small addition of small agriculture holding parcels and meets the density provisions of the quarter. It brings it to 3 parcels on the quarter. They'd all be in 2 parts. It was referred to our infrastructure department for their comments with no concerns. The only comment is that the proponent is to be aware of the minimum separation distance from the next approach and minimum distance to the property line. I believe it's like 40 meters to the next approach and 20 meters to property line. And they're aware. All proposed access is to be constructed to county standards. There is an existing septic system on the proposed parcel that will require a septic inspection by a provincially accredited agency. The parcel is over 10 acres in size and the soil classification test is not required. The water table testing is not required as the proposed parcel is again over 10 acres. And the water availability study is not required as the density is not over 5 parcels per quarter section. It was referred out to adjacent landowners and a number of government agencies, and no comments were received from the landowners. And Alberta Parks and Tourism Land Department has no concerns with the application. The MGA states that municipal reserves are required as it's not the first parcel out of the quarter section and is under 40 acres in size. Municipal reserves to be collected and payable as money in lieu of reserve land. The amount shall be equal to 10% of the appraised value of the land to be subdivided. It is my recommendation that the MPC consider approval for subdivision application 2025 sub 02 in consideration for the following reasons. And again, the applicants are here if you have any questions, and I'm happy to read those reasons if you'd like.
No,
Thanks.
any questions to the applicants?
Not for me.
Okay. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve 2025 sub 02 approved as presented with conditions.
Any questions on the motion?
Nope.
Okay. Before we go, do you people want to say anything?
If you have questions for us, that's why we're here.
Okay.
It looks pretty straightforward.
I'll call the question. All in favor?
Tricia in favor?
That's passed.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you. Subdivision?
Pretty fast.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
So you'll get like a follow-up letter with the conditions. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself. Of course.
That was a long trip for just a few minutes.
Okay, it's worth it.
The
Next one would be
is-
for you guys, if you guys want to take a seat here. So what number? We're on 6.3 here, yeah.
SUV 03.
Sure. Okay, so this was a proposed subdivision application to create one residential parcel of 6.5 acres plus or minus from an existing 108.23 acre parcel on the part northeast 45912 west of the 5th. The parcel is currently zoned country residential, and the proposed parcel conforms to the requirements of subsection A and B as a residential parcel and meets the density provisions on this quarter section. The subdivision brings the parcel density to 9 parcels on the quarter. It was referred to our infrastructure department with no concerns, proponent to ensure proposed access to be constructed to county standards. The proposed parcel is under 10 acres in size, and a soil classification test would be required. There is an existing septic system on the remainder parcel that will require an inspection to ensure it meets the new lot line setbacks. Water table testing is required as the proposed parcel is under 10 acres in size, but a stormwater management plan is not required. Water availability study will be required as the quarter section density is over 5 parcels. And it was referred to the adjacent landowners and a number of government agencies. No concerns from adjacent landowners, and Alberta Environment and Parks has a comment of they've requested a environmental reserve easement be placed on the creek as per their attached guidance document, and that it was addressed under condition number 5. The MGA states that municipal reserves are required to be collected as and payable as money in lieu of reserve land. This shall be equal to 10% of an appraised value of the parcel to be subdivided. It is my recommendation that the MPC consider approval for subdivision application 2025 sub 03 in consideration for the following reasons. And would you like me to read those reasons?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Anybody have any questions?
Could I,
Yes, go
I've
ahead.
talked to the people that are there, their wells are good. That one guy, Lee, they're just, and everybody there just, I send my water in every few years, to check. And the wells there are always, we've had no problem doing wells around there or anything. And the soil seems suitable for what we've been doing with it. It's not actually it's surveyed except for one, we put one pin in it would be surveyed, because it's already been done through this other stuff. I meant to have a map with them, but, well, I read the survey map, though, showed it better, showed where it went, but anyway, it's just, it seems to me, having been born and raised in this province of Berkshire most of my life, that it's an awful lot of money just to sell a piece of my own land. I thought I owned it, but I guess I don't. And the 10 acres in the corner that I sold back 40 years ago, I did it myself. I wrote it up as legal subdivision 16 in section 4, bounded on the north by the main road and on the east side by a surveyed road on surveyed line. And there's been about 5 or 6 different people lived there over the years, and there's never been a problem. So I don't know what the problem is now all of a sudden. And it's costly. I'm not selling it. I'm not getting nothing. It's gonna cost him the money. He's gonna wait for 2 kids. He'd just like to have a place to live, that's all. So I really don't understand all the problems. There seems to be things that I just never could dream of a few years ago. Anyway, it's what it is, I guess, but something I wish we could think about.
Anybody else have any questions? No? Need a motion then? Dave,
I'll make the motion that the Municipal Planning Commission consider the approval of subdivision application number 2025 sub 03 with the listed conditions.
any questions on the motion?
No.
No. I'll call a question, all in favor?
Patricia in favor.
And it's passed.
Excellent.
Good, you have your property.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I took the breeze.
I live up on the mountain and there's no problem with water up there.
Well, I've
Never
lived
has
here
been.
since July the 1st, 1956. Well, I'm back to the farm we were starting with. I've owned that land there since the early 60s.
Wow.
And I don't know, we've never had a problem with the other stuff we've sold or my own stuff.
Okay, see. What do you want me to do?
There's someplace they're gonna run away.
There's no information items?
Nope, I'm sure there'll be more at the next MPC, whenever that is, so no date on that. I haven't got any applications for it, so I will update when we know.
Okay. Then I just need one more.
Make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Tricia in favor.